Welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm Jack Keating. I'm going to be talking about the UFC 299 card and the results about it, my opinions, things like that. This is just me making a couple of videos for me to apply to Newhouse at Syracuse and maybe continue after that, who knows. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Don't want to waste too much time. So I'll talk about the prelims for a little bit and then go on to the later prelims, whatever, and then the main card. So the first fight, Joanne Wood, Mariana Moraz, split decision. Honestly, there wasn't much to talk about. It was kind of a boring fight. I don't know. Wasn't crazy hard hitting. Whatever. The first two fights were a little bit, honestly, not much to talk about. CJ Vergara, Asu Almabayev. No. Again, nothing to talk about really. The third fight is where it starts getting really, really interesting. Rebellis Despain versus Josh Parisian. 18-second knockout. 18-second. Crazy. So, Despain gets knocked down for a second. He gets back up, and then he hits Parisian. He starts falling back, and then Despain gets him again, and he falls down to the ground. Crazy. One got knocked down. He stands back up, and he knocks out the other one within 5 seconds. Heavyweight prelim fights, always the best. 100% always the best. Most fun to talk about, most fun to watch, because it's two hard hitters that are usually pretty young, and they're not that good yet. And so they're just going to go out there, and they're just going to start throwing haymakers, and somebody's going to get knocked out, and somebody will get knocked out quick. One of the most fun parts about UFC, 100%, or just MMA in general. Then you have Michael Pereira versus Macau. I'm gonna try to say his name. I'm not great with the Russian names or the foreign names. Yeah, I'm not gonna try. I'm sorry. Michael Pereira is like a legend, so you would think, why is he on a prelim? And he goes out and shows it. 1 minute and 1 second submission. Wild. He gets him with the right the hook, and then Macau falls down to the ground. And then gets him in, or not, he didn't fall to the ground. He started falling. He catches him with the elbow, gets him in the choke, and it brings him to the ground and chokes him out. Crazy. A 1 minute submission is wild. It's so hard to do. So impressive from Michael Pereira. What a legend. And then you have Felipe Lins getting another decision. Again, a little bit boring. Prelims, there's not the fun ones talk about heavy, but then the more main card is where it gets really more exciting. So the next set of prelims, Kyler Phillips beating Pedro Munoz. It was a good fight, to be honest with you. Kyler Phillips is a good fighter. I'm excited for the future. 12-2 is impressive. He's got some great hair, 100%. Good fighter though. It was a good fight. He won all 3 rounds, no question about it to me. Hard hitter, great fight. Moving on, I kind of expected Rafael Dos Anjos to win, shockingly, against Mateus Gamrot. He did not win though. Far more experienced fighter, and unanimous decision. I felt like one of the rounds, 2 of the judges gave him 29-28, and the third judge gave him 30-27. I thought 30-27 was completely incorrect. I tweeted it on my Twitter, NYGJack, if you don't follow me, and I don't know. I think he deserved to at least have a split decision at the very minimum, but so be it. Mateus Gamrot, good fighter, he won. 24-2, impressive, very impressive. Next fight, Macy Barber versus Katlyn Sermonara. This fight, unanimous decision for Macy Barber, which I agree with. This fight was not good. I'll be nice and I'll say it was not good. Weak punches, very, very weak. No real knockout power. A lot of grappling that led to really nothing. To me, when you're just kind of laying there and grappling, it's not that impressive. I was talking to one of my friends in Discord when we were watching the entire card, and I was talking about how, to me, ground control is not that impressive if you aren't really doing anything with it. If you're just laying on top of somebody or below them and you're just hugging them, so what? So what? What does that really do? And so if you're not doing anything with it, who cares? And there was a lot of grappling here, and there wasn't nothing with it. So I had Macy Barber winning. I'm happy she won. Good fighter, but not really an interesting fight. Moving on to the next one. Curtis Blades beating Jayton Almeida. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Curtis Blades is a legend. great fighter. Him being on a prelim is a little weird to me. I'm not sure if this was his first time being on a prelim, but I felt like he deserved. I don't know. To me, he's a big name. Maybe not. Jin Almeida, big name coming up. Not really coming up, but like impressive fighter. I'm a fan. It was a good fight, back and forth a little bit for a minute there. He had him in the clinch. He was kneeing him in the leg a lot. Almeida was kneeing Blades, but all right. Curtis Blades wins. Fair enough. Big KO. It was impressive. It was good. It was a good KO. I cannot lie. It was a good KO. Hit him with a punch. It was nice. It was nice. So moving on to the main card. Peter Yan, Song Yadong. Now I am a big fan of Song Yadong. I was very confident he was going to win. He did not win. I felt unanimous decision to me was incorrect. I think Song Yadong won the first. I think the second is debatable. And I think the third, Peter Yan won. So it shouldn't be unanimous decision then. To me, it should have been a split decision. I think it was close enough where it could have been either way. I had Song Yadong winning. Peter Yan won. Maybe I'm judging it wrong. Maybe that must be what it is. If all three judges agreed, Song Yadong was not the winner, and Peter Yan did. Impressive for Peter Yan, though. He went on a couple fight skid there after obviously losing the belt. We'll see what his next move is. I know, obviously, he wants an O'Malley fight. Unlikely. Maybe down the line. Not soon. O'Malley's, on to... We'll talk about him later. I don't know what the next move is for Peter Yan here. I do think that... Let me pull it up. Not to be unprepared. I think Peter Yan goes back to maybe Aljo after 300. Depends if Aljo wins or not. We will have to see what happens there. It's interesting to me that for moving on to 300 for just 1 second, that Aljo isn't really fighting a main guy. He's fighting Qatar. It's not the 1 rank, 2 rank. He just lost the belt. Now he's leaving. It's just interesting to me. But whatever. Moving on to the next fight, Jack Della Maddalena, versus Gilbert Burns. This fight was intense. This was a good fight, an exciting fight. Gilbert Burns was hitting JDM with some crazy elbows of I don't know how JDM did not get knocked down or knocked out or anything, dude. He was getting smoked out there. JDM hits him back with his own elbow. Gilbert Burns gets knocked out. He was on the ground for a long time. I think that was a very, very late stoppage, and I really wish, I wish I was good at editing, but I really am just commentating is my thing and speaking is my thing. I'm not a technical guy, but I want to show all these clips all these YouTubers do, because, dude, this fight was so intense. It was so good. JDM, great fighter. I was impressed. I was put onto him a bit through this fight. I had heard of him. I've seen clips and stuff, but this was the first fight I had ever really seen live. And impressive fighter. Gilbert Burns, obviously a legend. I had JDM winning. I'm not gonna lie. Good for Gilbert Burns, though. Good for JDM. Gilbert Burns, tough. He's 37 at this point. It's okay to retire, dog. That's what I would say. Who knows, though? Moving on to the next one. Michael Page. MVP, Michael Venom Page. Kevin Holland. I was so excited for this fight. I probably tweeted 20 times during this fight, just spamming. Kevin Holland's such an exciting fighter. My favorite type of fighter is a lengthy fighter that is bigger, like a tall and skinny fighter that is bigger. Sorry, my phone ran out of storage there. MVP, one of the most exciting fighters, really lengthy, skinny, tall guy, and obviously dominated in Bellator. It has the most amount of knockouts in Bellator history. Very impressive. Or finishes, knockouts, excuse me, yes. And Kevin Holland, great test for him. A ranked guy who is not one of the top anymore, but MVP can really show how good he is. I had Kevin Holland winning personally, but I'm a big MVP fan. I probably shouldn't have doubted him, and I would have been right had I not doubted him. He won 28-9, 28-9, 28-9. I agreed with it. Kevin Holland was performing well, but MVP used his length to just way better. Kevin Holland got so mad he started, pouting and pointing at the ground like, "Come on, bro, fight me!" And MVP just dominated, really. Moving on to the second of the main card, or like the second headlining, Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis or Saint Denis, BSD. Great fight, truly amazing fight. BSD kept the distance really close. He was so comfortable. He was just dominating round after round. Not even round after round because there was only 2-round fight. But like the whole first round, I felt like BSD won it, to be honest with you. He was fighting well. He was keeping it close, landing good punches. Dustin was honestly getting rocked a little bit. Second round comes around. Dustin starts to get the distance a little bit. Benoit had some good punches still. He got some good hits in there. But Dustin started to get the distance. And once you give Dustin distance, it's over. You in that round, you will be losing. And that is exactly what happened here. Dustin proved why he's a legend. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. And, like, it's timeless, bro. He's so, like, he's dominating at 35. He's amazing. But yeah, so Dustin hit him with a punch, got the distance, and just boom, down. BSD, a lot of people expected this to be the fight where, a newer, younger guy gets to fight the legend, and then the legend gets taken down, and the younger guy gets to have his boost. And Dustin shut that narrative down, and he's looking at, let's pull up the rankings here, right? Let's pull up the rankings here. I'm thinking Dustin, he doesn't want to fight Gaethje. I mean, nobody does. Nobody wants to fight Gaethje. We're all scared of Gaethje. Maybe he fights Charles. Islam's talking about maybe, Islam congratulated him. His agent then tweeted, "We're down for a Dustin fight. Dustin, if you're down, let's make it happen." Islam, Dustin, I'm excited for it. Dustin having the chance to become the actual champion after previously being the interim champion. I'm all here for it. I would love a Dustin Poirier lightweight championship. That would be amazing. I think Islam wins pretty handily, but I mean, I'm down. Give Dustin a chance. Great fight though. Very impressive. I enjoyed it very much so. And at that point, I was thinking this 299 card is amazing. And then we still hadn't even gotten to the main fight: O'Malley versus Marlon Chita Vera. Oh my goodness, this fight was fantastic. Since I've become a fan of the UFC a couple years ago, I was a Conor McGregor. When he was doing his thing, that's when I started to become a fan. And really, in the last few years, I really got into the UFC. O'Malley versus Cheeto. O'Malley just, Sugar Sean dominated the entire time. From round 1 to round 5, he came back with a vengeance. He came back to get his revenge for what he considers to be not a loss. Because when Cheeto kicked his leg in their previous fight, got a nerve in his leg, and his leg went numb. Obviously, when Cheeto got him to the ground, because O'Malley couldn't stand up, he did knock him out for about half a second there. So one could argue that he won the fight. O'Malley will argue that he got kicked and it should have been a no contest or something. Cheeto won the fight. But whatever. Who cares? New fight, new opportunity here. Cheeto a little bit older at this point. Obviously, O'Malley is the same amount older, but Cheeto is much older than Sean at this point. I think Sean just dominated from round 1 to round 5. He was clearly after the end of round 3. The judges or the commentator said, "You need to, if you're Cheeto here, you need a knockout." Round 4 comes out. Sean just keeps going. Cheeto also was going in work. Round 5, he went all out. He really, really tried round 5. And round 4 too, he was impressive in round 4, but round 5 he went all out, and at that point it was really it was too late. Sean he did almost get knocked out at the end. He got that sucker punch to the stomach. It wasn't a sucker punch, but it was uppercut right to the stomach, and Sean felt that he was on the ground for a minute after winning the round, or after winning the fight, completing the fight at least. But we all knew he was going to win. But Sean just throughout the entire fight dominated. Obviously, the not storyline, but the big moment was the knee to the face of Cheeto right here on the cheek, like right next to the nose. Oh my goodness. I don't know if there's a human in the world that's surviving that, that's not Cheeto Vera right there. So impressive. I don't know how he did it. Sean O'Malley just, again, like keeping the distance, knowing when to jab and to move around. He's so quick on his feet. I was talking to my friends about it, and I'm saying he plays the game like he's a basketball player. He's one of my friends compared him to Kemba Walker. I'm saying Kyrie Irving. Like he's just out there, just like just jittering the entire time, like waiting for them to try to do something, and then he's gonna ball fake them and jab them. Like it's such a smart way to play because it makes sense in basketball. Why wouldn't it make sense in MMA? And people have done it before, but like he does it so effortlessly. It's like Saquon Barkley, like with the Euro, the back and forth, left right. Ooh, it's so impressive. Sean O'Malley really 1 through 5 won every single round in my opinion. And my ranking, it was 50-44. 2 judges said 50-45. 1 judge said 50-44. It is hard to get a 10-8 round, but I think Sean at least. My phone's starting to die here, so I will have to make this ending kind of quick. But Sean O'Malley, honestly one of the best championship fights I have seen. Not one of the best ever, but just the ones that I've seen. Really impressive stuff. I'm completely sold on him. I think everyone should be. Obviously, that Aljo fight, some people called it a fluke, lucky punch, whatever. It was an amazing punch. Clearly, he read it. He was practicing it. O'Malley knew what he was doing. It honestly reminded me, at least, of Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, excuse me. I'm not editing. I don't know how to. I wish I did. But that was Jose Aldo right there. He goes in and he gets him with the jab. Impressive. So on to what I can expect for the future. O'Malley called out Ilya. I don't think double champ is deserved for either person. O'Malley, maybe you can make a case. I think he deserves, or he has to fight one more person. Ilya does not deserve double champ for a second. You just won it. I get lightweight is, it's pretty boring right now. Max is probably about to lose to Gaethje at 300, and if Max loses to Gaethje, he doesn't deserve a title shot. I'm not really trying to see Volk again against Ilya. It'll probably happen, but Volk should just call it a career at this point, unless he wants to fight the other veterans. And then I don't know. I don't see it anyone to Yair Rodriguez is who makes sense to me, but I think Ilya wins. So, Sean, he has to fight Merab. No question about it. No, nothing. He has to fight Merab. I believe Merab wins. I'm so high on Merab. I think he's an amazing fighter. And if Merab wins, interesting. Merab, Ilya, interesting. I'm not saying yet he'll have to refight Sean and do whatever else, but down the line, maybe. We'll see. I would like to see that fight eventually. That would be a cool fight. I know they're friends in real life, so that'd be pretty cool. Cheeto, I'm not sure where he goes from here, to be honest. He's had a great career, though. I'm not saying he calls it a career, but I'm not sure where he goes. I'm not sure what he would want to do. So anybody else? I mean, Dustin, I think we covered it. Goes on for the title shot. And then MVP, that's what else I want to talk about. It's interesting. I don't know what he does. JDM just fought, obviously. Jeff Neal versus MVP probably is what happens next, right? You have to think he goes against Jeff Neal. He obviously wants that title chance. He wants that Shavkat. So we called out. I'm not trying to fight Shavkat. He's so impressive. Why would you want to fight him? Crazy. I think Jeff Neal makes sense. Or, not Jeff Neal. No, Jeff Neal makes sense to me. But Ian Gary makes sense to me too. I think Ian Gary makes sense. There's a lot of guys. Stephen Thompson, I don't know. I heard some rumors about Thompson fighting. Sorry, to make this last part quick, it's just that, I've heard a lot of rumors around Stephen Thompson fighting. I heard Dustin Poirier. That was kind of weird. I don't know. I heard that actually a big source in the UFC was saying that. I forget exactly who it was. Maybe I shouldn't say it then because I'm not citing the source, but I don't know. I think great win by O'Malley, and it'll be an interesting push to 300 and to see if they do set up O'Malley versus Ilya. I think that they probably have to do Sean versus Merab, and we'll see what happens. Sean's confident. He says they'll knock him out. Merab probably might submit him. That's what I think would happen, but who knows? Other things I'll be posting about Survivor. It's my favorite show. I know a lot about it, and I'm confident to talk about it. I'll be talking about the NBA, talking about the NFL. just anything I could post in the next month or so. Maybe I'll continue to do it afterwards. YouTube is pretty cool. I also have done a lot of commentating in my past. I've commentated a lot of basketball games and lacrosse and things like that, and at a former college, Wells College, and I commentated at Union Catholic High School as well. And so maybe I'll post some of those clips. I'll post my Survivor audition, the audition that I made back in December or January, that I submitted. Hopefully I get on the show. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm, again, Jack Keating, and UFC 299 card, amazing. I could go into more depth about it if I had the videos and things to show you, but perhaps in the future I will do that. Great card, looking forward to 300, and yeah, that's all. I'll be signing off now, hopefully soon, to report back about some NBA content maybe. Who knows? We'll see. See you around.